Ladies and gentlemen, as we move forward, there is one urgent truth that deserves your attention. Stop trying to explain yourself to everyone. Not everyone deserves access to your story, and not everyone has the emotional capacity to understand your pain. Silence is not weakness, it is self-respect. The world may tell you that staying quiet means you are afraid or defeated, but silence is often the strongest response. It shows that you know your worth so deeply that you no longer feel the need to defend it. When you stop reacting to every opinion and every insult, you take your power back. You choose peace over chaos, clarity over confusion, and dignity over drama. Self-respect begins the moment you realize that not every situation deserves your voice. Some arguments exist only to drain you, not to understand you. Some people listen only to respond, not to learn. In those moments, silence becomes a shield. It protects your energy, your heart, and the part of you that is still healing. Speaking less does not make you smaller, it makes you selective. There is quiet strength in knowing who you are without needing to announce it. When you respect yourself, you stop chasing validation and stop explaining your choices to people committed to misunderstanding you. Silence is one of the clearest signs of maturity. It shows that you understand your emotions without being controlled by them. Anyone can shout in anger or react in pain, but it takes strength to pause, to breathe, and to remain calm. In that pause, you choose yourself. You refuse to let temporary emotions create permanent damage. You trust yourself enough to stay grounded in a loud world, allowing time and space to bring clarity. Silence teaches patience, and patience eventually becomes wisdom. You do not owe everyone an explanation. Your life is not a courtroom, and you are not on trial. Many people ask questions not to understand, but to judge or control. When you explain yourself to them, you give away power they never earned. Choosing not to explain is not rude, it is protective. Some people will misunderstand you no matter how clearly you speak. In those moments, silence becomes your highest form of intelligence. Heal quietly and grow privately. In a world that demands constant sharing, choosing quiet healing is an act of strength. Pain does not need an audience, and growth does not need applause. Some of the deepest transformations happen away from attention. Growing privately protects your direction. When you share plans too early, the doubts of others can shape them. Build your roots first. By the time people notice the change, it will already be unshakable. Focus on progress, not on proving. The need to prove yourself often comes from old wounds and steals joy from growth. Proving ties you to other people's opinions, while progress keeps you grounded in discipline and self-respect. Progress does not rush to be seen. One day, your results will speak so clearly that words will no longer be necessary. Execution will always be louder than opinion. Protect your energy as if it is your future, because it is. Energy is the currency of creation. Dreams fail not because of lack of ideas, but because energy is drained in the wrong places. Protecting your energy means recognizing patterns early and stepping back without guilt. It means choosing solitude over company that leaves you empty. Environment matters. What surrounds you shapes what grows within you. The world is full of noise, and responding to every voice will cost you your peace. Let your actions answer. Words invite debate, but actions create clarity. When you respond with action, you stay grounded in your own frame. Over time, consistency turns action into identity. Your discipline becomes visible, and your silence becomes authority. Not everyone deserves access to your life. Access is earned, not given by curiosity. Oversharing often comes from a desire to be understood, but not everyone has the capacity to hold your truth. Some people only seek access to your pain to turn it into gossip. Silence is not secrecy, it is sovereignty. Become so strong that silence feels natural. Real strength is calm. It does not panic when ignored or feel threatened by a lack of attention. When you are truly grounded, you stop narrating your struggle and announcing your effort. You are not silent because you are afraid, you are silent because you are secure. Strength is built through discipline, consistency, and self-honesty. Let your peace be your priority, let your actions be your voice, and let your silence be your power.